Look, bro, I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. If you're not working at least 80 hours a week, right? If you're a man and you're single, right? No kids, and you're not working at least 80 hours a week, the fact is that you're lazy, right? And this is not a new concept, right? This isn't even a concept that I really thought about. It was something that I heard Kevin Samuels say, right? If you don't know, Kevin Samuels was a YouTube creator, and he sadly passed away ever since. But he gave me this concept which really helped me out in my own journey, right? So, you know, what he would always preach and how he changed my mindset was that, you know, the thing is that if you're a young man, you basically have unlimited energy, bro. You really do, especially compared to when you get older. And I'm only 23 right now, so obviously people will be wondering, well, Tyson, how do you know this, right? Well, the answer is because, bro, I be listening to people who aren't 23. I've been listening to people who have actually been through it, who have actually done something, and that's part of the reason why I'm even doing this video series, is because I want to basically, give you guys some of the mindset shifts that I made in my own life that I know is going to really help you guys on your journey, whether you be, a copywriter, or whether you're just trying to, make your own business, or whatever business endeavor you do. Just listening to this type of content, having it over and over in your ear on repeat, I know it made a huge difference for me. So, and like I'm just about to tell you in this video with Kevin Samuels, especially. So, the fact of the matter is, man, is that if you really want to make it, right? If you really want to make it, you want to make six figures, you want to be a high earner, you want to be a high value man, whatever it is, if you want to do something and not just get like the bottom of the barrel out of everything in your life, you're going to have to work harder than everybody else works. And the craziest part to me is that people will genuinely complain about working 40 hours a week. I don't know if you guys have had this same, occurrence, but people literally complain, oh, I got to work 40 hours a week. How can they get us to work 40 hours a week? How am I supposed to get ahead? Blah, 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 blah. Like, all I do is work. I'm going to get burnt out, blah, 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 blah. Bro, 40 hours a week is nothing. 40 hours a week is nothing. And then what do those people do with their spare time? They don't do shit with it. They don't do shit. They hang around, smoke some weed, hang around with the homies, do nothing. Like, they don't do anything productive in their lives. They don't want to contribute. They don't want to contribute to humanity in general. That's craziness. That is really craziness. And yes, if you want good results in your life, you want to make money, you want to do all this, you got to be working at least 60 to 80 hours a week. And that's going to put you so far ahead, bro. It's not even funny. Okay? It was, 2016 when I got my very first job in construction that summer, right? As a summer job. And that same summer, after the actual summer job, I went into the military part-time, right? So I went to the military part-time until I graduated high school. I was doing the military part-time still. I was doing security guard, right, part-time. I was doing odd jobs here and there, man. Like, you name a job and I probably did it, like a low-level job. Like, I remember I went to this temp agency, right? And, work had dried up a little bit on my other job. So I went to the temp agency. They were like, all right, well, we got this manual labor job for you at the fish factory. I was like, okay, dope. Let's go work at the fish factory. So, well, I was literally, my whole job, 8 hours a day, I would go there. I would take fish off of a pallet and stack it on the truck. I would stack it in the sea can, right? Just take it, put it in the pile. Take it, put it in the pile. Forklift would take the pallet out, bring in a whole pallet of new frozen fish, and we just do that all day. Go home, smelling like damn fish. It was nasty. It was hard work, like really, really hard work. And to top it all off, that was only the first half of my day because I would be working night shift at security. And then next day, maybe I'd be going and doing some army training on the weekends and stuff. Like, but bro, every single day, I was doing at least one shift, most of the time, two shifts, right? Well, Tyson, why would you go and do that? Well, I mean, but why wouldn't you go do that? See, to me, that is setting you up for success in so many different ways, bro. So many different ways that is setting you up for success. Because not only are you actually, basically making it so that your average, like your normal is working 60 to 80 hours a week. Like that is huge, right? Because if I'm telling you right now, if you want to build any sort of business, if you want to do anything, you're probably going to have to put in 60 to 80 hours a week on something, because, the only reason I was able to build my copywriting business, become a freelance copywriter, making 10K a month, the only reason I was able to do that is because I put in work on the side of my full-time job. I had a full-time job where I was working probably 50, maybe 60 hours a week. And then on every evening and every weekend, every free moment I had would be going into my copywriting business to try to make it, because I was really serious about it. Like I was really serious. It was all or nothing, right? And the only reason why I was able to pull off those hours was because it was my normal. It was my normal. The other reason is that I was actually able to stack up bread. I was able to make money and put it away. And yeah, I was never balling at that level, of course. I was working goddamn three minimum wage, damn near minimum wage jobs, or four, or however many it was. I won't even lie. I probably had up to 4 or 5 jobs at a time, because some of them were just like, I just go on them or do them if some of my other work dries up. So I probably had the most jobs out here, not even gonna lie. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I was able to pull it off. And a lot of the times when people tell me, oh, yo, Tyson, I'm really motivated to do this. I really want to do the copywriting thing. I really want to blah, 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 whoop de woo. But it's putting in the work that's hard, right? And so I ask them, like, what are you doing? What have you done? Like, what is your work ethic like? And it's always the same thing. Oh, well, I don't really do too much. Maybe I go to school, or I had this summer job, or whatever, right? And if you're not working 60 to 80 hours a week, I don't expect you to be able to put in the work on having a job or going to school and building your own business. I don't expect you to be able to do that at all. How could you? How could you be able to do that? You don't know how to do it yet, right? So that's the first thing, is that you need to learn how to work long hours and have it not bother you, right? And not only was I working long hours, bro, every job I had was a crazy physical manual labor job, bro. Back breaking stuff, bro. Back breaking stuff. And the other thing it allowed me to do, like I said, was stack bread. I had a little bit of money to where, I wasn't living like a king, but I was able to live on my own, right? No roommates or anything, live on my own, do my own thing, and invest in what I wanted to do, and invest in myself, right? Investing in yourself is a whole different category of thing. But that's the thing, is that investing in yourself is one of the biggest deciding factors of whether you will make it or not. I promise you it is, right? And that's like, past me didn't want to invest in himself either. I was literally of the mindset of, I couldn't think of anything stupider. I couldn't think of a bigger scam than paying somebody for a course, for videos. I was like, why would I do that? There's so much information on YouTube. There's so much this, there's so much that. And, I know other people, think the same way. But the funny part is that, bro, it's, that's the, that's the biggest thing. And it all really comes down to, right? I mean, I could go on and on about it, but it all really comes down to people who pay attention. That's really it. People who pay attention. Because the people who want everything for free, it's like they have no skin in the game. They have no skin in the game, right? So you see, for me, I knew how hard I worked for that money. Like, if I'm investing $3,000, $4,000 into a mentorship program, that basically is like a whole month of working 60 to 80 hours a week. That money means everything to me. So if I'm going to put it into a goddamn mentorship, you best believe I'm going to show up every damn day, 15 minutes early, stay 15 minutes late. I'm going to put everything that I got into that program. I'm going to do everything. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did when I invested in myself. And no, I didn't have the money to invest in myself even. I didn't really have the money to invest in myself. I invested money that I didn't have. I took out credit cards to invest in myself, right? But that's another thing. Now, this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice, right? But you got to understand, I literally took out credit cards. I put myself in debt. I made it so that if I don't make money with this program or this mentorship or whatever, like, something's got to happen. Like, there's not going to be a good situation. But most dudes don't know what it's like. Don't know what it's like to have their back against the wall. They've never felt that before, right? They've never felt what it's like to be like, okay, well, this got to work out. This has to work out. That is the ultimate commitment, right? And now I have programs that I give to people, and people are like, why is it this much? Why don't you make it really cheap? Right? If you make it cheaper than any other program, then more people will buy it. But that's not really even that's not even really what I'm worried about, right? I'm not worried about how many people purchase it. I could care less. What I want is I want the people who look at the price tag and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to pay. I don't want those people to have access to it. You want to know why? Because I know that they're not committed. I know that they're not going to actually care about it, right? That's the biggest thing to me. And I know that if somebody is willing to pay, and it was the same with me, with with the mentorship that I've joined, right? The people who are willing to pay $2 and $3 and $4,000, those are the people who are like really about it, pay money that they don't have and really bet on themselves, because that's what it comes down to. And the only reason why I was able to pay that money and really do that was because I was working this 60 to 80 hours a damn a week, 60 to 80 hours a week, right? That's the only reason why I was able to do it. So that just goes to show and goes to tell you, man, that if you're not making what you want to make, it's because you're not putting in what you need to put in. You're really not. It's when you're working that much, bro, like the universe will reward you for it. People notice when you're working that hard. And, back when I was doing that, I always thought like, one day, bro, one day I'm going to be up there and I'm going to be able to show everybody and tell everybody how hard I really worked for it and how long I really want for it. Because if you really think about it, like, discipline and work ethic is the universal language, right? And that's the thing, is that people respect you a whole lot more if you can show your work. If people just see how hard you're working, how much you're putting in, you'll inspire people, and people will want to give you a chance. You'll get opportunities that other people just aren't getting because you're showing your work. It's like, I'll put it this way, man. If you see somebody at the gas station, they pull up in something nice, right? I don't know, whatever you want. Mercedes, maybe an Audi, maybe an Audi RS5, whatever car it is, right? They pull up in something nice, and they're like a young dude. I'm talking like they're like 18, right? And you're like, hey, yo, bro, how did you afford that? How did you afford that car? What do you do for a living? And they say, oh, well, I don't actually do anything for a living. This is the car that my parents gave me or whatever. Do you respect that dude? Do you respect that dude? Probably not. You probably honestly think that he's a spoiled brat and he's probably a bit of a douchebag. Honestly, like, that's what you would probably think. And you probably wouldn't be wrong either. But let's say, on the other hand, a guy pulls up, right? And he's a little bit of an older gentleman. And, you can tell he's got money. He's dressed to impress. He's got the car. He's got that stuff. And you ask him, well, hey, bro, what do you do? And you say, well, bro, I actually built my own business and I have this and that going for me. Whatever it is, let's say a marketing agency or I don't know, whatever, right? but you can tell that he put in the work. You respect that guy a whole lot more. Even if he didn't have a nicer car, you still respect him more. And that's because it's about the work. People respect the work, not really the things, right? People only want the things because they imply that they did the work, because they look like they did the work. But they probably didn't do the work, or they could have not done the work, right? So I'm telling you, man, and it's the same with your prospects. Like if you're a copywriter and you're watching this right now, right, and you're wondering why prospects don't really give you the time of day, right, and why follow up, for example, works so well, right? Follow up works so well, not because, like, yes, touch points and all that, but a big reason why follow up works well, especially when you're going for prospects and you're just like a copywriter and you're going for people who are, business people, is because they see how hard you're working, right? They see how hard you're working. And that all of it stems from the basis that you need to be working 60 to 80 hours every damn week, bro. If you got one full-time job and you're working 40 hours a week, that is not enough. That's not enough. And look, I mean, I guess I don't blame you, right? People work hard to make you think that that's enough. You hear people complaining about 40, so you might think that that's enough just by what you've been hearing. But the thing is that you got to know that it ain't enough, not even close, right? So I urge you, bro. I urge you, if you got a full-time job right now, if you're working 40 hours a week, take out a part-time job, bro. I know you maybe you're trying to build your business, maybe you got something going on, maybe you go to school. I don't know what it is, bro. But get yourself another job, bro. You should be doing almost nothing but working. Almost nothing but working. That's what I did like as soon as I got out of high school. That's what I did. All right, let me get these jobs. Let me get these jobs, get my own place, get my own everything as soon as possible so that I could actually get my life started. And that's what I did. And now I'm the one who's up. Now I'm making the money. I'm making multiple six figures with my own businesses, and we're chilling. And it all stemmed from that, right? And people want to talk about, oh, well, that sounds like hustle culture, or what if I get burnt out and blah 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 blah, bro. You gotta be impervious to what I like to call hustle shaming, bro. People are gonna hustle shame you into goddamn infinity, right? People are always going to tell you, oh, you're working too hard, you're doing too much, you don't need to work that hard. Or they're going to be telling you this is my favorite, you already have enough money. You already have enough money, Tyson. Why are you trying to get more? Why are you working so hard? Bro, I still work 60 to 80 hours a week. What are you saying? Right? I love the grind, I love the hustle, and the only way you're gonna fall in love with it is if you give it your all. You gotta marry the game, bro. It's gotta be your first and foremost. Okay? So like I said, I urge you, bro. I urge you, get another part-time job. It will change your life. And the other thing is that you know that you should, bro. You know that you should, and you know that it will change your life. You know it'll be good for you. And you also need to know that what is good for you usually doesn't feel good in the short term. Okay, we're talking about long-term deferred gratification. And if you want to be successful, if you want to make that money, then that's one of the things that you're gonna have to master. All right. So get out there, man. Do your thing. Get them jobs. Work them hours. Get that money, bro. Stop playing around.